Hi folks, in this StarGateVR tutorial video, I'm just going to go over a few of the odds and ends that we've missed in the previous videos. Starting with the gating, there is a way to name gates so that they appear better labeled up here. For example, let's take a look at this orange open cluster that we've gated in UVW space, and I can go here, have it highlighted on the wall, and then click on this label gate button on the sort of middle bottom of my control panel. That brings up this keyboard. I can say open cluster 1 UVW. And the way that I'm typing is I'm just clicking the trigger while pointing at the letters on the keyboard. Hit enter descriptor, and then you can see it labels it on the wall, so you know which gate you're working with. So that's how you label gates. Briefly mentioned, retrieve gate will bring the gate to you, and then you can grab it and manipulate it there. There is a center stars button, so for a set of data like this, in which the sort of group of stars is off axis because I gated it in a positional space that was not centered on the sun, you can click on the sort of middle bottom again of the control panel, the center stars button, and it will artificially center them on the axes provided. So now the origin of those axes runs roughly through the center of this cloud of stars. Another interesting feature is the star motion control that's on the right-hand side of the control panel. If stars have a good radial velocity and proper motion in the RAN deck direction, they've been sort of added to this feature where they can move forward and backwards in time. If you click forward, you'll see the stars begin to disperse with this velocity vector they've been given there. This does not account for any sort of galactic motion, but you can see that stars that are gated in velocity space, co-moving, will move together in this sort of grouping here. So that's pretty neat. You can stop it, they'll all freeze. You can go look at them and see where they've moved to. You can run time backwards by hitting the reverse button and see everything go back into a ball. Stop it again, and then you can reset everything, should you be interested in it. Something that's not applicable to this dataset, but may be applicable to ones that you create, is the hide radial velocity button. So what that does is it basically makes stars that have no radial velocity data invisible. So if you've queried a bunch of stars and it kind of has some that have radial velocities and some that don't, but most have positions, you can click that button and all the ones that don't have radial velocities will disappear. Simple as that. I think that that's everything in the miscellaneous features for now. The only other thing of note, and I might make its own video on this, is this collab button up top left. Clicking that brings up a keyboard. If you and somebody else are running this program jointly, you can type in a room code here. For example, let's do IMMSCI, like Immersive Science, and you hit enter room. You will now be in the same room, and in doing so, you'll be able to hear them, you'll see them as a little avatar, and if you both queue up the same data set without manipulating it beforehand, you'll be able to sort of gate and see where the gate goes and see and manipulate the data together. That's how collaborative mode works. Again, I think it will warrant its own video sometime in the future, but for now, just note that it exists, and if you and a partner want to look at the same data, you are able to do so. Alright, I think that takes care of that. Thank you, and I will see you later.